Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Makeup Revolution, but you probably saw that. So I've got a basket full. It looks like this, my little basket. I think I have every single thing that I could possibly need. Fingers crossed. It seems like I always forget that one product that I really need. So let's go ahead and start with some primer. I have Pro Base Blur Primer Illumination Base. That's a lot, and yeah, that's what it looks like. This, I will tell you, when I got it, it kind of was like it had been pumped or like seeped out somehow. Yeah, so we're gonna give it a shot. It basically looks like a clear gel, but it does have a little bit of sparkle in it. It looks like it could kind of be the Guerlain, is it Base Dior or something like that, that has some gold in it. And I think YSL makes one too. So I think they're going for that type of effect. This does feel pretty damn nice, I've got to say. It's got a little bit of a silicone slip, but it feels really gel-like. I don't know. So far, I'm liking it. So it says pores and lines will immediately appear softer. We'll see. Honestly, it looks pretty good too. I know it's not doing anything for the redness in my face, but it's looking pretty nice. It says use a brush or clean fingers. I have clean fingers. I have fingers. So I actually have two foundations and I'm not sure which one I want to use. So I've got the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, and then I also have the Fast Base Stick Foundation. So I think I'm gonna swipe both of them and just see. This has got like the biggest applicator. I have F3 in both, so I think this is Fair 3. So yeah, they both look good in color. There doesn't seem to be any color difference between the two. I think I'm just gonna go for this one because I don't use a lot of stick foundations, and I feel like I can give you a better like review of this one, if you will, but I did not wet a sponge, so I must go do that. So I also have this Pro HD Correct and Perfect palette, which looks like this. Now this one I actually found at TJ Maxx, so I'm curious if you can still get it at like Ulta, because I feel like I picked it up and then I went to Ulta because this was only $3.99 at TJ Maxx, and then I went to Ulta just to see if they actually had it, and they did at the time, but this has been maybe like a month ago. Your girl is behind on the times. Yeah, they do. They still have it at Ulta. So I just happened to pick mine up at TJ Maxx. At Ulta, it's $7.50. This is what it looks like. I don't know how useful this is going to be, but it does have a banana powder in there too, which is pretty cool. What do these highlights look like? It's got correcting cream, which are our color correctors over here, and then it has a finishing powder and banana powder. So this is actually really handy. Let me grab a few more brushes. Okay, I grabbed just a couple more. I'm gonna take this little Sonia Kashuk brush and go in to the areas where I'm red. I worked out like 2 hours ago and I still see like patchy redness. I've got a breakout up here and this spot right there. And then I'm always red right above my brows. It's the dumbest thing ever. Just clean fingers and just kind of pat that in and make sure it's not too pigmented anywhere, and I kind of blend it just a little bit. And then I'm gonna mix a little bit of the pink and the lavender and go around my mouth. That seems to be the only area where I have just a little bit of sallowness for whatever reason, and it's very mild. I wouldn't always do this, but I do want to give it like a little test, this palette, so why not? Try it out. So I'm going to take the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. Again, my shade is F3, and I'm going to stripe it on. It says full coverage, so I'm trying not to go like insanely heavy, but it feels nice and thin. Okay, let's just start with that, and then I can add more if needed. My beauty blender might shear it out a little bit, but I'm okay with that because really what I like is like a medium to full. And I just love the finish that a sponge gives. So there you go. So I feel like the sponge is shearing it out just a little bit because I'm still got some areas that aren't very covered. But again, I started with a little less than I thought I might need. This looks like a really good match. This is my first time using it and I haven't tested it before today. Like I hadn't even tested the color. So I'm gonna go back in and swipe some more. Oh, I got one a little crazy there. I like this consistency. It's got some coverage, but it's not heavy at all. I'm excited about the concealer. I've put off trying it because a lot of people say it's a dupe for Shape Tape. I don't know. to me, like, nothing beats Shape Tape. Even things that I really like don't beat Shape Tape. So don't beat it. What did I say? I still see some pores showing on my nose, so that primer didn't do like 100% good job of blurring all the pores, but overall it looks really good. Yeah, I'm liking it. And my skin is like going a little crazy right now, just like hormones and stuff, so I'm breaking out and it's still covering really well. Now I've got 2 shades of the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. So I've got 2 shades. I have C1 and C3. So C1 is the lighter, C3 is here. I think I am gonna go for the 1 just because the foundation does look so light, and make sure that we can still see a difference. So far so good. I'm liking the way it feels just on application. Okay, so my camera decided to stop filming for a moment, but I did my concealer. I haven't set it yet. Everything's looking really good. It is trying to crease really bad because I had to wait a couple of minutes, and I'm kind of smoothing that out before we set. I don't know, it's not the most flattering under my eyes, but we haven't set it yet. So we're gonna go in first with some powder. So I have the Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Ghost. That's a really shady name. I know I'm ghostly. So here's hoping that this will be a good powder. My last really affordable powder that I tried was horrendous. And they do have this, and of course, in other shades if you don't want this super light one, but it is good for me. Got a little heavy distribution. I'm gonna try to pick it up really lightly. So I'm gonna go right under the eyes. Woo, that's white. Okay, let's dust that off immediately. This might be my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have opted for something called Ghost. And I'm just taking a brush to pat in some powder everywhere else, going much lighter. Yeah, I don't know. This foundation's creasing up in places where I wouldn't normally crease. It's not flattering in the forehead because I made like a couple expressions and it's tried to crease up already. If you like super full coverage, this might be good for you, and I could have avoided like layering up the way that I did, so I'll put the blame partially on me for that as well. Okay, that's a horrible picture, but I really don't have any flashback. Okay. And you guys saw how white that looked too. That's crazy. Okay, I'm on board with that powder. All right, I feel pretty set. I'm liking it so far. Now, I did some digging while my camera was not on, and apparently I cannot find this powder contour kit anymore. I definitely picked mine up at Ulta though. I feel like I've been doing this so often that like I picked something up and then I waited like weeks to film, and there you are. They do have other contour palettes, so we're just gonna test the quality, and I will link like an updated version or their newest powder contour palette. Here's the color selection. It looks pretty damn good. You got a little bit of everything. Got another banana shade. You've got some lights, some deeps. I'm gonna swatch a couple different contour shades to show you the depths. So this is probably what I'm using. They have a darker one. So that's the darkest contour in there. There is one that's a little bit more on a red tone as well. So I like the color selection in this one, and I did look online and the other ones look really good too. I just think we're gonna test out the quality. So I'm taking a big brush. This is the Aesthetica P12, and I'm just gonna start with a forehead. I always go kind of heavier, so I feel like I can start out and then try it and then kind of see what depth I'm going for. This one's blending great. Maybe they just updated the formula. I mean, if this is the formula that they got rid of, then the new one should be amazing because this is blending really nicely. It's got a good tone to it. It's a bit warm, but not too warm. So I won't use this in more videos, but I am going to use it in my daily life because it is really nice. Now I have the Ultra Blush Palette. I have mine in the shade Hot Spice. So I couldn't find this particular color on the Ulta website, but I found it on the Makeup Revolution website. On Ulta, they have 2 other colors, so it may be that they are out of this one. So it looks like there are 6 mattes, and then these 2 on the end have a little bit of shimmer to them. So they're a little bit more glowy. I will probably choose a shade and then like kind of top it with one of those glowy ones because I think that would be pretty. I'm gonna use a Moda Pro. This is the BMX 130 pointed blush. It sounds like a dirt bike or something. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It looks pretty neutral and it's got a little pink in it. Blush is a little dustier than the contour, but it's not a big deal to me. Oh, Oh, that's pretty. I always go in light with my blush. You guys have probably seen that by now, but I am gonna build this one up a little bit because it's a nice color. So I think I'm gonna just grab just a touch of this one and see what it looks like. That did give us a little bit more color, so I'm just gonna grab Beauty Blender and just make sure that it's soft. So there we go, everything's looking really good so far. Before I go into highlight or eyes, I'm gonna do my brows. I actually picked up 2 products, but somehow I got this in blonde, which is not gonna be my shade. This one, however, is in light brown. This is the Duo Brow Definer. That is what it looks like in the box. It looks like it's gonna be kind of like brow definer from Anastasia or Goof Proof from Benefit. I'll try to show you the tip up close. So it's got a little triangular type of shape, spoolie on the other end. So let's go in and try it out. Ooh, really good color. I struggle to go in between like cool, and then I'm just gonna mess it up like that. I tried to sabotage my right eyebrow, but I got it. Yeah, a really good color. I'm impressed. All right, guys, brows are on, and this is a damn good eyebrow pencil. Look at my brows. I'm actually like thoroughly impressed. Hold on, I see a little spot where I missed. But this is a killer brow pencil. I am so impressed. I love the color. It's perfect because it's not too cool, it's not too warm. It's the perfect like light brown shade if you have something close to my hair color. Yeah, I really like it so far. That's pretty bomb. I want to put something on my lips really quick. I don't normally go in with lips before eyes, but my lips look so bare, I just kind of want to. So I got the Retro Luxe Matte Lip Kit in Grandy. What is this? So this is what my pencil looks like. Is this for sharpening? I guess you sharpen this pencil. It looks like plasticky. But anyway, for $9 you get a pencil and a liquid lipstick. This pencil is like the weirdest material. I don't know why I'm fascinated by it, but it sharpened quite nicely, quite easily. So I've got me a good little point on there. I don't know if that just dried down or slipped down or what, I don't know. So let's try this lip pencil out. I think this is gonna be a pretty shade. I don't know if I just got a dry one. If they don't carry it at Ulta right now, maybe this one's going away. I don't know. You can still get it on their website. No, okay. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna like dig into my lips to get the pencil to go on. No thanks. I'm gonna put on the liquid lip. Okay, this formula feels pretty nice. I don't know that it's really that flattering a color on me. I would actually wear this color for certain things, but not my favorite. That formula felt pretty nice. I'm not bashing the formula of the liquid lipstick. Just wasn't my favorite color. So I'm gonna go in with this Soph X. It is also Makeup Revolution. This is a really beautiful color. It is in the shade Cake. I freaking love this color. I feel like I should pick up a backup of that one. Okay, before we go on to eyes, I want to do a little highlight. This is the Vivid Baked highlighter, and I have the shade Peach Lights. It looks gorgeous in the pan. Looks a little powdery in person, but that doesn't mean anything on application. It's looking more light pink than peach. I wouldn't have paired this highlight with this lip. I actually want to use one of these shadows really quick for a highlight. This is the Soph X, I hope I'm saying that right. It's the Ultra Eyeshadow 24 Professional Eyeshadows. And this is what the inside looks like. It's got some beautiful colors. I think it's really gorgeous. So I'm going to take this light gold and try to warm up this highlight a bit. I did swatch it quickly on my hand just to see what it looked like. It's not really doing anything. Okay, I really don't want a pink highlight, so I'm gonna take French Fizz from Laura Geller and go over that. It's been pretty polarizing. I've had a lot of good and a lot of bad already. So I'm going to now go in with the eyeshadow palette. Again, give you guys a look at the color range in there. I see a few things that catch my eye. The green is definitely one of them. So let me pick out a few eye brushes that I want to use. So I do have also a Aqua Seal Liquid Eye Primer. This is very unique. I dropped just a bit on my hand to feel it, and it's very watery, and then has just the slightest oily consistency to it, but it's like so minimal. I hate to even say that because I don't want to make it sound like it's oily. but it's just a little bit and then it dries down. So I'm gonna take an E30 fluffy eyeshadow brush. I think I'm gonna go for this shade up here. I want something kind of transition light to try out really quick. Okay, that looks really nice. Taking this shade right here as well, and I'm gonna go a bit higher. Okay, that's blending great right away. So far, I'm really liking the eye primer too. I'm gonna take an E13, a slightly smaller brush. I think I'm gonna go for this brown right here. That one's not blending quite as nicely as the first couple shades, but it's not bad either. Going smaller even, I have an E17. I'm actually gonna take some of the black and just see how that looks. I love a good black in a palette, so I'm gonna kind of not the most pigmented black, but it's not bad either. Going back one brush to blend. It's looking pretty cute. Now I want to try the green. That's what the green looks like on the finger. So I'm going to try a little bit. It's actually quite nice. I'm going to use MAC 248 and I'm going to wet that. I'm going to use some of this Pro Fix. I'm just going to see how much we can intensify this green. My smile line is so intensified right now that I'm like distracted by it. I'm going to go in with this orangier shade on the bottom. Alright, I'm gonna even up my eyes and come right back. So the palette's looking super gorgeous. I really love it. And I did this in kind of a hurry. It looks so good though, so I'm really impressed. I also have their Renaissance Flick liquid eyeliner, so we're gonna do a little wing really quick. I like the packaging too, it's really cool. So it looks like it's got a nice long felt to it, super black. Doesn't seem to be bleeding on my hand too bad either, so let's go in with this. Guys, I'm horrified, but I don't have a mascara for Makeup Revolution. Like, how did I forget mascara? So we're gonna go in with this eyeliner though. Every time I lay a little bit down, it bleeds out to a little bit bigger, like just a tiny bit, but it's making it look like not defined. It's not very pointy. This is really great for darkening the lash line. Like, you can get a really good line of black liner, but actually trying to create the wing is difficult, and I usually don't have this much difficulty. So I'm gonna throw on some CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast mascara because I don't have a Makeup Revolution one. Could have swore I did. All right, I got my hair blow dried. It's a little frizzy, but we're gonna let it go. Let's start from the beginning. The primer, I actually think that I'm liking, but I will say that I'm not quite sure what combination is going on, that my skin is not really liking this foundation so much. I'm creasing and showing a little bit more texture than I normally do, but that could be a combination of things. So I want to try out the foundation and the concealer with a different primer, but I also want to try this primer with a different foundation, if that makes sense. For the price, I actually think they're both pretty good. I mean, I've seen higher end stuff perform worse than this, far worse than this. So jury's still kind of out on that, but I do like both of them. I just want to know, like, is this the state of this foundation no matter what primer I use, or are some primers going to be better? Perhaps I needed a more hydrating primer and then a pore filler in certain areas. I am seeing a little bit more creasing and texture than I typically would. As for the Correct and Perfect palette, I actually think it's quite nice. If you need some color correction in your life and you want options, this would also be really great for a kit because you've got all the color correcting options that you need, and most people don't need all of them for themselves. The strobing creams are really pretty. The only thing I don't like is that this pan is so small that you need like a small brush to get into it, and then you do have that small powder, the banana and the regular one. So I would say a big thumbs up to that. Super affordable and again, very versatile. The highlight itself is kind of pretty. It shows a little bit more texture than I like, but I'm just like thrown off that it says peach, but it definitely showed up super pink. So I wasn't like impressed with that factor of it, but the highlight itself was not bad. It was really glowy. You could definitely build it up to be blinding, so pretty good on that. The blush palette I really, really like. You can get other colors if those tones are not your favorites. The contour I really liked, but again, I will link you guys with the most relevant version of their contour palette, whatever is current. The eyeshadow palette I really like. I think I can get a lot of really good looks out of this. I love that green. I think it's gorgeous. It performed really, really well. I I would be intrigued to try more Makeup Revolution eyeshadows. The lip kit, I hated the pencil, but that could have been a dried out one since this color is not available at Ulta and only available on their website. Perhaps I just got a bad pencil. As for the liquid lip formula, it was actually pretty nice and I just didn't like the color that much, but that's just color. Everybody likes something different. This lipstick is gorgeous. Again, this is the shade Cake. I think it's amazing. Pigmented, it's creamy, it's beautiful. I love it. I need another one. So both of these, like, out of the park. I love this collaboration and I don't know how quickly this limited edition will go away, so I feel like I want to restock on that lipstick. The eyebrow pencil I'm in love with. I will definitely be using that more and more and more. I actually really like the Aqua Seal primer too. I think it did nicely. My eyeshadows look pigmented. They look like they're blended well. It wasn't hard to blend over top of, and I will be checking in on all of this later, so you will see what the final result was if it creased over time. The powder, even though it was super white, didn't give flashback. That impressed me a lot. They do have different colors for different skin tones, so I would look into that. I think that's everything. The liner, I think we both know I just really don't like, but a lot of good products that I will be continuing to use. Overall, I like the brand. I have to say, like, I really like the majority of what I got. I mean, when you think about everything that I used that I enjoyed, there's a lot of it, a lot more of good than there is bad. So thank you guys so much for watching this Makeup Revolution full face. I'm sorry it was all over the place. I feel like I'm just a ball of energy today, and yeah, overall pretty good. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried any other products from Makeup Revolution that you like. Alright guys, so I am home after work and I've had this makeup on for about 9 hours, and overall everything's really held up well. I don't have any major complaints. I am gonna be a little nitpicky because you guys know I just love to be. So I do see that the texture in my skin and my smile lines, basically anywhere where my expressions kind of crease my makeup, are more accentuated tonight than they are normally. Now I have to say the eyeshadow, as you can see, held up phenomenally well. So I gotta give a shout out to both the Aqua Seal and this Soph X palette. The shadows held up really nicely. The blush stayed really vibrant, so the blush palette and the eyeshadow are definitely going to be added to my collection to use. The powder kept me looking pretty finished and matte throughout the day. I have a little bit of shine, but guys, this is like 9 hours, so I'm still really impressed. I think I will hold on to the powder as well. And like I said, I am going to try the foundation and the primer separately with other products as well and see how they do. And again, I really like the brow as well. That turned out really nice. So I think there's definitely more good than bad here. I will absolutely use this highlighter again, just now that I know what I'm expecting. I'll do it with a different look now that I know it's more pink. And then this lipstick I love. It lasted probably a couple of hours, I would say, looking really good, and it is a creamy formula. So all in all, it was pretty good, especially considering all the price points. I wouldn't say that these products beat other ones that I already have. I wouldn't go that far, but there are a lot of good options if you are on a budget and you want something similar to something, or you just want to try it out for fun. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or whatever. I hope you're doing great. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Frick. Like 3-to-1 odds that I knock that whole thing off at some point. Oh my god, my nose is itching. Okay. Oh shit, I got that plastic off so fast. What is this? What is this? So this is the what?